Hello StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is game between Snute and Guru on Dusk Towers. In the bottom side of the map we have the blue Zerg player, it is Snute. And in the top side of the map we have the green Zerg player, it is Guru. This is from WCS 2016 Spring. Yes, I'm still casting games from that tournament. I'm waiting for another tournament to release the replay pack. I'm not entirely sure how long that will take, but we'll just fill the time with GM level stuff and maybe a few more Midrank Madness and Into the Void casts. Alright, so ZVZ in Legacy of the Void usually comes down to who can out-expand the other player, who has the better control, and who can actually hit corrosive biles, because they're pretty easy to dodge with everything the Zerg has at their disposal. So let's see what happens here. Looks like a hatch first coming out from Guru, and yes, exact same timing for Snute. Look at that. And another drone there, bringing it up to 17 total supply to replace that one that was lost by making the hatchery. I assume we'll see an extractor and a spawning pool sometime soon for these guys. There's usually some early speedling play, a couple banelings, but it usually doesn't turn into a straight up baneling all-in. At least not in the games that I cast. I suppose those games would be like 2 or 3 minutes long, and I don't like to cast 2 or 3 minute long games because they're kind of boring. But maybe I'll cast like a best of 5 Z of Z one day and see just how often ZVZ one day and just see how often those crazy banelings all in happen here at the pro level. So yeah, as you can see, this extractor, spawning pool, and that hatch, just about 50% complete for both of these players. And this is where things usually start to get different. Do we see a second gas taken? Do we see a baneling nest thrown down immediately after the spawning pool? Is it a quick lair? These are things these players can do, both of them scouting with their overlords. What you can do in this matchup is throw overlords down pretty much all across the pathway between your base and your opponent's base. There's nothing that can really shoot up from the Zerg until they get Hydras or Mutas. You can try to corrosive bile down overlords, but if your opponent is paying attention at all, should be able to dodge those no problem whatsoever. So there is a baneling nest on the way for Snute. We'll see if Guru follows suit here. What is our green player going to do instead? Just droning up, just getting a couple lings, couple queens, pretty much everything his opponent is doing, just a couple more workers and an overlord so he doesn't get supply blocked right here. So Snute has already gotten that overlord. He doesn't have to worry about it. So a couple lings on the way, speed on the way from Guru. I do not actually see speed coming out from Snute, so slow lings and banelings tells me it's going to be a defensive baneling play here. He's worried about speedlings coming out from Snute. He's worried about, or from Guru, he's worried about banelings coming down as well. If he has some defensive banelings, he should be just fine. But what that might let him do, as Guru takes a third base here at the 2-minute mark, whoa. What it might allow Snute to do is get out, there you go, get his third base, get a Roach Warren up, go to that Roach Ravager play, which is pretty darn good in the ZVZ, and we'll see how that works out. So a couple lings, again, slow lings moving out here. Some slow lings here too, trying to kill stuff, but pretty well defended with a couple lings of Snute's own. Nothing really here to defend this base from Guru, just getting absolutely punched in the face. Meanwhile, we do have, just small skirmishes all around here. Eventually, Snute got bored of trying to kill that base. It did lose one ling, but got inside. Saw nothing is really happening here. No Roach Warren. There is definitely a base back here, which he just wants to absolutely double check and make sure that is the case. But really no tech choices whatsoever from Guru here. He's just, is he just macroing up, or once again, Ling's getting tired of attacking the third and coming in to scout things out. So should be able to see that baneling nest. Yes, does scout out the baneling nest, checking to see if there's any tech back here, and there's not. Both players just really absolutely droning up. Well, there is a lair from Guru at the same time as Snute. So both these players pretty darn identical at this point. 35 to 34 workers, both getting a lair. Roach Warren, though, for Guru, and Snute is not. He's not getting a lot of gas, so I don't intend to see really any mutas here. Just going to be straight up Roach, possibly with some upgrades thanks to that evolution chamber. There is an ejection of some larvae, and the Queen's going to do an inject, because Guru is a pretty darn good StarCraft 2 player. Ready, inject! There it is. There it is. Ah, I'm so good at that. Roach Warren now coming up for Snute. Pneumatized Carapace for Guru, who really wants those overlords to be fast, and +1 missile attack from Guru too. So definitely sticking to this Roach Ravager play. Possibly just Roach. We could see that. Wouldn't be entirely surprised, but neither player is super interested in being aggressive at this point. Just very, very heavy macro opening. Lair's going to finish up, and I wonder what we're going to see after that. Infester's pretty good in this matchup. Fungals holding people down while Corrosive Biles rain from above. Also, we could see a Muta Den. I mean, both players have a Roach Warren, but neither player really has that many roaches. It could just be a defensive, a precautionary measure, if you will. Queen stabbing away at that there Ling. Both players getting glial reconstitution, so no, they're going to invest fairly heavily in Lings here, or in roaches here. Queen trying to kill that fast scouting overlord. This one might be able to kill it, actually, if it has enough time. Trying to find a sweet spot where it can hide. is Guru's Overlord does manage to get out here to the dead space and stay alive for the time being. So yeah, 7 roaches on the way for Snute. I think these might be aggressive, assertive roaches. 54 to 56 workers in favor of Guru. Just a tiny bit here. Same story here, except with an Overseer scouting Guru's base. Getting stabbed at by those queens. Queen count for these players is 3 for Snute and 5 for Guru. Coming in as an Overseer now is this Overlord, which does give you all of your hit points back, which is super duper nice. Going to scout on and see what is there. What do you have? Nothing. Nothing really. I mean, again, Baneling Nest, Roach Warren. Roach count right now is 14 to 8 in favor of Snute. That's a lot of roaches. And there we go. There's the Ravager. Morphon in there too. 10 drones on the way for Guru. He is choosing drone up here instead of getting a giant army. We'll see if that comes back to bite him or not. So there it is. Big old Roach Ravager composition. Overseer might have seen that. I'm not sure what Guru is completely aware of right now. But taking another base here is Guru. Just hoping Snute doesn't show up with a giant army sometime in the next 5 seconds, which he's not. But there is an army coming. The Overseer definitely seeing that there. In production now for Guru are 5 roaches of his own. That +1 attack is about to finish. Snute does not have the +1 attack, so that's going to help Guru quite a bit when it gets right down to it. Spire on the way from Snute. +2 missile attack getting started from Guru. It's 22 roaches and 6 Ravagers. They're definitely going to cancel that base to 12 roaches and a Ravager. So Guru is not looking great right now. Those upgrades are going to have help him immensely. Crossbow's thrown down and hitting a couple things there. But just stutter stepping forward here is Snute moving forward. He feels very confident in his roach numbers right now. Queens defensively trying to keep things alive, but the Queens are dying too. There are only 2 of them left. Crossbow's landing on top of everything. Who's going to win this battle? It's 123 to 103 total supply. The +1 attack might actually be coming into play here for Guru. He still looks like he's a little bit outnumbered, but some reinforcements did manage to come in, and yes, he's going to push Snute away here with just a handful of Ravagers left over and a Roach after that one dies. And yeah, good. Snute got pushed back, so good hold there by Guru. Might want to try to replan his 4th base. I'm not sure how comfortable he feels doing that, but yeah, Snute is definitely going for a Spire. He might just straight up tech switch to Mutas at this point. He does have both gas here. He has both gas here, and he has both gas there, so a lot of gas income for both of these players as they all have all 6 of their Vespene geysers. Explosions, fireworks, changelings everywhere too. Roach drop on the way for Guru. I like that plan. Maybe drop it back here. No static defense. It's a long way for defensive roaches to go. Okay, that might work out for Guru, except for the fact that there are Mutas on the way, and I'm pretty sure Guru has no idea. Guru does not know this Spire is here. I guess it was a huge attacker Roach Ravager. You don't expect there to be a Spire behind it, but there was. I wonder if we can force a cancel on this 4th. We'll have to wait and see on that one. Guru is getting his own Spire there. The Mutas make themselves known, and Guru decides to leave. He decides to get the heck on out. Meanwhile, a couple changelings on in. This drop is still coming. It's still a little bit slow. No boost on these guys, like with Medivacs. And yeah, Guru is heading on back home. There's a Hydralisk Den on the way. It does take a while to build. Maybe some Spore Crawlers would be nice. Some extra Queens would be good too. How many Queens does Guru have? I don't know. Meanwhile, roaches are dropping in this place where there is actually a Spine Crawler killing a Queen. Going after a bunch of these drones. Pulling them now is Snute, but this is a lot of dead workers. Meanwhile, that base is going to be lost once again. I think it is, unless Guru can force a retreat here. Guru does manage to just save that base. Meanwhile, these roaches are still attacking stuff, still trying to kill drones. 10 drones have been killed by Guru to this point. And he's continuing to push on out here. I don't know what he's going to do against the Mutas, though. He does have 3 Hydras on the way, but they're not here yet. Finally, the attack gets cleaned up by Snute. He's pretty darn happy about that one. Mutas flying around, trying to kill Overlords, trying to supply block his opponent. 176 to 166 total supply. And here are... Do we have any Hydras yet? I don't see the Hydras yet. I can't believe that base is still alive. I thought for sure Snute was going to kill that thing. So 5 Hydras in production, in addition to the 3 that already exist. That's going to be 8. Possibly 7, depending on how my math skills are. Yep, Spore Crawler right there, recognizing that there are quite a few Mutas out. You want to have some static defense out. Don't go crazy with it, but just have a Spore or 2, and you should be just fine. Hydras continuing to get double pumped out here by Guru. He's up to 5. It will be 7 very shortly. 189 to 181 total supply. Guru is up. Overlord knocked out of the sky. Supply blocking Snute temporarily here. He does have 3 Overlords on the way and 3 more Mutas. Is that Muta count going to be high enough to we're concerned about it? 16 plus 3 is 19. That is pretty big and pretty scary for Guru. I'm not sure he can hold that as he gets a Lurker Den just with straight up Hydra. At least not the number of Hydras that he has. He only has 7. They are severely outnumbered by these Mutas. I'm going to try to do it anyway, I suppose. No, Guru decides he doesn't quite have enough to handle this. Sacrifices some roaches there to give the rest of his units a chance to get the heck on out. Get on out. Another base there from Guru. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total bases from Guru. And the Muta's on overhead. Queen stabbing away. Hydra's stabbing away. Snute is not running. Snute decides it is not time to run, and then he does. Then he decides it is time to get the heck on out of there. Guru pushing with 199 supply to 182, but 7 more Muta. Snute is really going for this Muta play right now. Can't necessarily blame him. There's just not much anti-air for Guru. He's continuing to make Hydras, which is fine. I mean, he's up to 9, going to be 13 here. A lot of spine crawlers, though. A lot of spine crawlers. I'm not sure that Guru cares. He's pushing in with a +2 attack, making quick work of those spine crawlers. But a backside attack from Snute. Oh, forcing the roaches to have different attentions elsewhere. I don't know who's going to win this thing. It looks like Guru, his upgrades are much better than Snute's. It's +2 versus 0 attack upgrades here. Trying to kill more drones, at least forcing a retreat. It appears that Snute did win that battle, but it's 160 to 200 total supply. Another bunch of workers killed. 15 workers killed by Guru. 74 to 66 total right now is what we're looking at for the worker supply in favor of Guru. And just basically going Hydra right now. +1 ground carapace did just finish, which is fantastic. +2 ground carapace on the way. The Mutas think twice about going in there with the Hydras, defending and spore crawler defense. There we go. Creep tumors are pushing on out. Every one of those are going to die, though. Maybe not this one. This one might actually survive, and it does somehow. I don't exactly understand how that happened. More and more roaches from Guru. He has a ton of Hydras, as I mentioned earlier. 28 Hydras. Is he going to win this thing against me with Hydra? Very well could. Here comes Snute. He wants to push the issue, though. He is getting that 5th base, as mentioned earlier. There we go. Corrosive Biles thrown into the air, trying to hit those Hydras, doing a great job of it. The Muta's right on top of the Hydras, but this Queen support is looking very good. How is that Muta count looking? It's down to 8. Oh, no. He's forced to retreat once again. Corosive Biles covering that retreat, though, but Guru's up 175 to 148 total supply. He's been able to hold everything that Snute has managed to do throughout this game, although I think he did lose this base earlier. But since then he's been just okay. Centrifugal Hook's on the way for Snute. He wants to deal with those Hydras using Banelings, which is a great idea as they don't have many hit points. As you can see, only 80 compared to like a whopping 145 for the Roaches. Muta's trying to fly in and be harassment. Recognizing Guru has no Mutas of his own or any Corruptors, he can't really be as mobile as Snute is here. So Snute tries to return the favor by killing some of these drones. He's taking shots from spore crawlers, though, not something he generally wants to do. Queen's getting some stabs there as well. Only 1 spore crawler here. I'm not sure. Can he find an angle to attack without getting hit by a spore? Snute's trying to do it. He's definitely killing some workers, but moving on in here is Guru. He's trying to win this thing just straight up with the ground. Corrosive Biles landing everywhere, moving right on forward, allowing the Hydras to do the damage from the back while the Roaches in the front tank most of it for Guru. 155 to 185 total supply. That base under a lot of trouble now. The Mutas are forced to come all the way home. All these workers are absolutely dead right now. And Guru decides maybe it's time to back out. No, he definitely wants to kill this base. That +2/+1 helping immensely in this situation. Broodlings coming on out, trying to defend. Not going to happen, though. Absolutely not going to happen. And here we come, Guru. Does Guru have this thing? 191 to 126 total supply. I think he very well could. This small remaining clump of Mutas trying to do what it can against these Hydras, but they're turning their attention to the Mutas and absolutely disappearing them from the air, making them vanish before our very eyes. And that's it. A GG from Snute. Snute is defeated. Guru is victorious, and Snute has left the game. Yeah, there you go, ladies and gents. Well played by Guru. Just throughout the game, had some really good defensive plays, had some really good offensive plays. His upgrades were fantastic. That +2/+2 really helped, especially in that final battle compared to the 0-1 that Snute had. He didn't let the Mutas do too much work. He got enough Hydras when he needed them. He got up a couple Spore Crawlers. The Mutas didn't do as much damage as Snute was hoping, even with a giant flock of 20, and that was it. So, well done by Guru, well played by Snute, but the Green Zerg gets the win today. So that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.